Julfer 9211 coming at you with another live video. This video is going to be regarding the current market watch. So basically, the market watch has stayed the same for roughly, I would say, somewhere around 2 weeks steady. It hasn't changed at all. So I just wanted to talk about the current prices in the market, and then what the Dark Magician currently costs. So as you already know, this build that I have right now is an undefeated deck. It's 80 to 90% win rate. I'm, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure if it doesn't get second place, it could get um, first place at your locals, and it could probably do top 30 what CS or top 40. People have tried it, been getting a lot of success. Also, there's people that have been destroying YCS formats. Me, myself, I've been destroying YCS formats since 2019, but a lot of people are starting to see results. The overall Dark Magician community lied to everyone saying that Invoked was dead, Dark Magician's dead. A lot of people are leaving Dark Magician just because of the ban list. Um, and I'm obviously still playing it competitively, and my versions were not affected because the versions had already been changed a year before the ban hit. So we're gonna go over the price of the deck if you're wanting to buy it. Also, I also sell the deck. Obviously, it's online for sale on 3 different websites. So we're gonna go over the price of the deck really quick. So everything's gonna be a hyper budget version. In case you didn't know, I make hyper budget decks that compete at a much powerful level than the top tier styles. So they're hyper budget top tier decks. So currently, today is June the 7th, Tuesday, June the 7th, 2022. And the market for Dark Magician is pretty low. So is for everything else. Yu-Gi-Oh! The market crashed. Everything's super cheap. So we're going to start out from the beginning. 2 Dark Magicians, you can get them for $1 each or 50 cents. Here I'm going to click on them. Then after that, Tamias, the Dragon of Destiny, these are somewhere around $5. Apprentice Illusion, Gem Mint, the Unlimited, LDC6, I think. Or I don't know if there's something earlier than that. I think that's the cheapest one though. They're somewhere around $8 to $9. Dark Magician Girl is $1. Some of these cards I gave away on my channel. Then Alistair the Invoker, they're about $4 or $5 a card, so it's 10 for the both. Rod Common, they're about $1. Prophecy, $2. Yeah, so as I was saying, the Prophecy is somewhere around $2, $1 if you get the common, and then the Magician Souls, you want to play 3. They're currently $40 a card. They were increasing to 65, 70, and then they started going back down. They're currently at 40. If you can get them cheaper, I suggest you buy all 3 if you want to win your locals first place. If you want to get one, then just substitute it for anything else. The Magicians of Dark Illusion, they just come out with any spell trap during your opponent's turn. Then after those are $40 each, was $120 for them. Those are probably the most expensive cards in the deck. And then Saravis, it's $1. And then Illusion of Chaos, they lost all the value. If you know anything about YouTubers, everybody bought them when they were 90 to 95. The cards dropped in value and they went down to $25 a card. Believe me, or whether you believe me or not, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It is that price. They're $25. So they were 95 for a while, maybe like a month, and then they dropped after the 2 next months to around 50, 60 to 50, and then they came down to $30, then they went up to 45, then they're back down to 30, and then currently for the last week they've been setting at somewhere around $25. So right now is the best time to buy them. Buy them now. I don't know if they'll go down more, but I mean $25 a card. You're not gonna get any better than that. The only way it would is if they were $20 a card, which I can't promise that they will be. So I would advise $25 a card is fine. So it's 50 for both. And then we have Dark Magic Attack $1, Invocation $4, um, Spellbook of Secrets $1, Knowledge $1, Goblin Terraforming $1 for preparation. We're gonna skip the Soul Servants. We're gonna do um, Secrets. Those are $2. $1 for the common. Called by the Grave. Polymerization commons, they're like $3. Restage $1. Circle common $1 for this one. Meltdown, and then we have Magician Salvation $1. Village about $3. There's commons, I think you get them for like $2. Mystic Mind is gonna get banned or limited. Buy them if you can get them for $3 or less per copy. These are usually $1 or $2. If you want gem mint, they're usually $2 to $3. Imperial Custom $1. It can only be one. They're $1. Skill Drain, I told people like 8 months ago, nobody listened. They're 15. If you can get it for cheaper, go ahead, but you need at least one. So just a quick recap. The monsters, the total value of the monsters are somewhere around $200. If you wish to lower the price a lot, then get rid of the three what is it, the three magician souls, and obviously the price goes down to like pocket change. um, it goes as low as somewhere $70-$80 for the whole monster lineup out English. You can obviously lower it less to like $50 or less. And you know, people who don't want to even spend anything, you can make the monster lineup be $20. For $100 you can build the whole deck. But I'm just going to the competitive version. So if you want to play one Magician Souls only and substitute it for something else, the monster lineup could be somewhere around 100 or so. But for this build, the lowest price, you're looking somewhere around, like I said, $200. Now moving on to the spells. Dark Magic Attack 1, 3, the Invocation, and as I had already gone over the spells, when you add it all up, it's somewhere around $147 for the spells. So you might be asking, like, why so much? Because remember, we didn't count the Soul Servants because some people can't afford them. They're roughly $40 a copy. They went up to about $80 a copy. Even the unlimited were $60, but then they dropped and they went back up. Then they're currently dropping. Right now they're steady $40 a copy. If you can get them for $30, you can. If you don't want to, then just play 3 Allure of Darkness, or play 3 Spellbook Knowledge. You can add more Spellbook engines, like 2. You could add 2 Prophecy, 2 Knowledge, 2 Secrets, you know, and that's a lot cheaper. But if you really want the Soul Servant, you can play at 1. But as a fact, the way the deck is built, it's somewhere around 147. The real cost is the Soul Servants. If you get rid of them, the 3, to be honest with you, it ends up going to as low as maybe $20 or less, which is really nothing. So that's what the deck is. And then obviously going up onto the traps, like I have said, the Eternal Souls are $1 or somewhere around $3 for Gem Mint, and I already talked about that. The total price for the traps is somewhere around $18 or less. The only card being expensive, um, skill drain. If you don't want to include skill drain, then don't include it. You can play something else. For example, three. You could play three. What's it called? Dark Ruler no more, or you could play something else because the skill drain works because you can negate your opponent's effects during their turn when you're just waiting. The other option would be to play effect veilers to negate effects on the board, or you could play. There's a trap for Dark Magician that says when Dark Magician is on the field, you can trigger it, or Blue Eyes White Dragon, and you can negate all the monsters face up effect. Those are somewhere around $4. But the deck as it is, like already tested, already working, already winning, undefeated, then you can't escape the price. So the deck total, as you see it right now, with the lowest budget, is somewhere around $360 to $366. Those $6, give or take, if you can rub a few dollars on some of the cards, you could lower it to 360. I'm sorry. So for as competitive and undefeated as the deck is, and how it just totally crushed the World YCS Champion Sky Strikers Mystic deck, it's definitely worth the $360. Now the extra deck, the cards that you mainly need, like you can't play without, are basically Macabre is a $1 to $2. $2 for the Dragon Knight, you know. Luckily this card was reprinted recently, like I think 2-3 weeks ago, and it dropped. They were already seeing $25 to $30 a card, but luckily they dropped. They're about $2 to $3 a card. You don't need the Magicians, and you don't need the Dragoons. But if you do, you already know Dragoons about $100 a copy. Gem Mint, they're $120. Used damage, they're about $70 to $80. The problem with that is when you resell them, you don't get the profit back. You lose money, so that's a problem. You have Venom, Starring Venom, $1. And then the common other one, Dragonpedia, $1. Access Code Talker, they went up again. They're about 50 to 60. You don't want to buy that. Or this one went up again by 30, 35. They used to be $7, but people didn't take advantage because they didn't listen to my market watch. So you don't want to play that one if you don't have to. But Phoenix, you need to. It's $1. This one's about $2. Dark Crawley Must, it's $2. This one, Protector Whelp. People have been telling me there's other monsters that you can play for dragons with two. Yeah, but they're morons because those are not light. And this deck requires a light and a dark because sometimes they might remove one, so you need a lot of lights in your graveyard to keep triggering the effect of invocation of removing the Alistair with the light, because sometimes your opponent doesn't have light monsters, so you gotta have multiple lights in your graveyard. And the way to get that is through, through targeting your extra deck. Then after that, Enmuk is $1. And you're definitely gonna need a Moon Maiden. That one you can't go without. They're around $15 to $19. They used to be $5, but a lot of people didn't buy them. So the cards that you really need are one Macabre, Dragon Knight, Venom. This one you need Phoenix, Hem. So if you add in a calculator, it's somewhere around $24 only. The Moon Maiden, added to it can increase it to maybe like $26. People are like, well, how did it go up by $2? Oh, because I was counting it from the beginning. But sometimes you may not get the moon maiden at 15, right? You might get a little bit more expensive. So you're looking around $26. Um, so when you add that total of the hyper budget together with the budget extra, because you don't really need Dragoon or the Dark Magicians, you can, but if you don't want them, then don't play them, or Access Code Talker, and you can escape for the deck completed all English 190. I'm sorry, $390, which is a steal. You're gonna have a very extremely powerful deck. People are not gonna be able to contend with you, and for less than $400, it is a steal for a very powerful deck that people haven't figured out how to play. If you want to add to it, you would have to add the 2 Dragoon, or at least one with the Dark Magicians, and then obviously Access Code Talker and Celine. But that's a problem because those could be worth as much as the main deck, because 100, 200, 300, 350, and then the other one at 30, yeah, 380. So yeah, is the extra deck, the expensive cards is worth as much as the whole entire deck that I said, just to show you an example of how expensive the deck can get if you're not careful. Now, if you look for the expensive version, you can get the anniversaries at 150 a card, or the jump for the Dark Magician at 150 gem and perfect. Just the 2 Dark Magicians by themselves can be $300. That's already as much as the deck by itself. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. You can build a cheap version deck, powerful, top tier, with inexpensive cards like common, hyper budget. So if you like the deck, if you like to win and never lose, if you like to destroy all the YCS champion decks, if you like to destroy all the Dark Magician players, if you like to not be scared of any card that exists like Feather, Kaijus, Hand Traps, this is the deck. It's been proven. This is an old deck. People are like 3 years behind this channel, behind Team DMA Group. The price, like I said, is $390. You're not gonna beat it all English. You can take it to your local tournaments and you're gonna do good. If you have some Dragoon lying around, or if you can borrow the Dragoon from your friends, or the Dark Magicians and Celine and Access Code Talker, then borrow them. But you're looking at $390. If you don't, then the deck is gonna go up somewhere around $650, which is still not bad for a first place Dark Magician at your locals, and then you can go turn around and play it at YCS format. If you want the deck to lower in price more, you can wait another 2 months for the reprints of the Dragoon. They're gonna be somewhere around $40 a card, or 30. You can buy them, and for $350, or you could just buy one for $330. And the Dark Missions, there's also going to be a reprint somewhere around $20 to $30. So essentially, for $460, you can have the deck kind of complete. The only cards missing, Access Code Talker and Celine, but everything else you'll have it. So for less than $500, or if you want to make it $500, you can get all the deck at $500 flat. Every single card in the deck and in the on the Fusion Extra deck for $500, but you have to wait for the reprints, which will be going on in a month or two. So this is pretty much it. The build, undefeated. It did lose, but it took a long time for it to lose. And when I played matches, I haven't lost any. Five full matches. Some people that played this deck had reported 5 full matches, no loss. I'm on my fifth win, no loss. But the singles, it can go as high as 18 wins, 0 loss. It's so broken, so easy to play. You'll never miss Anaconda. You never needed it, like I've always told people. And that's a sign that people are fake Dark Magician players. They were never good at Dark Magician. They just knew how to play Anaconda. So with that having been said, you guys, the Yu-Gi-Oh Market Watch has crashed. Buy the cards that are cheap. Try to get the $1 cards. If you can't afford this deck, then just bet everything common. Um, you can buy one Apprentice, one Magician Souls, one Soul Servant, and the Illusion of Chaos, get them, and then the rest just make it $1 to $2 cards. Um, and the deck will definitely lower to somewhere around a $200 tournament ready. You're not gonna win first place, but you can enter it in a tournament for somewhere around $200. So there you go, you guys. The video's gone for long enough. I covered everything, the prices, formats, and everything. So you have a lot of options. Try not to buy around now because the market's crashed unless you're thinking of buying dollar cards and reselling them. But be careful, you guys. With that having been said, Dark Magic Attack.